Shauna Brantley Terrazon. She's a professional horse clinician here in Calaveras County, and we are going to demonstrate today an exercise called Rest and Relaxation. And Shauna, why don't you tell us a little bit about this exercise and why you do it?
Well, this exercise is very helpful in obtaining some information about how spooky is your horse to different stimulus. Do you have a horse that hears and is spooky from noises? Do you have a horse that is very sensitive to sight, any kind of bags or flapping, any kind of movement? Or do you have a horse that is sensitive to touch? She was half asleep, but she is very sensitive to touch. So you kind of have to know these things about your horse in order to go on further with their training and to make it the most enjoyable experience for both horses and the humans.
Great. So, all right, I'm looking forward. I can't wait to see it, and I hope you love it. Shauna, it's all yours.
So there's a number of tools that I do use, but I'll tell you not very many. I like a nice stick, and I use the string on it sometimes. I use a bag on it. I use a flag on it. I use it by itself. But it's a very nice tool to use to be able to touch your horse from distance and to be able to convey a feel. And it does take some practice, but what I like to start with is just the fact that I want to be able to touch my horse all over. If it's a horse I don't know, the stick keeps me in a very safe position. So I can touch standing up here towards the head. I can touch clear back to the hindquarters and the back legs. I like to be able to touch my horse all over with this stick. I like to be able to touch them all over with my hand. I'll go in and touch again, do the same thing with just my hand and not the stick. And mainly I knew that I could go ahead and do that because she didn't have any place on her body that she said absolutely do not touch me, had a bad reaction that might turn into something worse. So the place that I do notice that she has always had a problem is up and around her head, her ears, the top of her neck here. But she's gotten a lot better with that. So I don't go in here to pester her. I go in here to make it comfortable for her. So this is part of the relaxation technique. She needs to be able to relax with me. Her brain needs to be in a soft place to be able to learn further. So I make sure that any of the horses that I come in contact with know how to relax. It's a really important part of it. You need to have something that you can always go back to and say, hey, I know what we've been working on is a little bit high energy for you, a little bit hard for you to take. I need to be able to go back to something that I can touch her, that I can comfort her with, and she can come back down and relax. And there's not only the touch technique, but there's several different things when you get into riding that you can cause them to relax their minds and their bodies to make the learning experience a lot easier on them. So, but this is how it starts out. And I like to be able to touch, and don't forget to do both sides of the body. Very important that you know the difference. Some horses are really uncomfortable on one side or the other. So it's just a process of figuring out where she likes to be touched, where she doesn't like to be touched, the intensity of the touch. Again, I said she's very sensitive mare. Super light touch to get movement. But when I go to love on her and rub on her, she actually likes it, fairly hard. So really getting to know your horse. So that would be more of the touch relaxation technique. A lot of the visual can come in if you've got a bag, stick, string, whatever you have got, you can use. You don't have to have anything special. But rhythm is the most important thing right now. So notice she's got a little bit of discomfort with this. She's keeping an eye on it. She's a little wary. Her head came up. Her ears are a little bit back, a little just trying to listen to me. So this is both the audio stimulus and it's visual. So you're kind of hitting her double, but she's okay with it. I want to come up and actually touch on her with it, make sure she's equally okay with that. I would love to see her let down a little bit more, so I'm probably going to keep going with this until I can see that either her eye softens, her ears soften, the head and neck coming down would be fantastic, a little bit of licking and chewing would be good, but we'll just kind of see, because really important to keep the rhythm going and the relaxation in your own body. You know, remember that they just pick up on any kind of energy that we have. So we've got to keep our energy level down. Some horses that are really sensitive, you're not even going to want to really look over there at them because it adds more to it. Not saying that you're never going to be able to look at your horse, but you really should try to make it the easiest and best for them to accept. So she kind of started softening her ears up. She turned her head a little bit more towards me. I'm going to take that as an opportunity to stop. She doesn't seem flustered by everything. She never did even move her feet. It was just a very slight reaction of a little bit of tense energy in her. So I'm happy with that. The other thing that we kind of like to test is more of the up and over the head. There are different areas of the horse that get affected. Some horses might not mind this up in front, and some horses really might have, the same horse might have a really big problem with it behind them or to one side or the other. So really taking into consideration all of the areas around your horse, both sides, up above, down below, in front of, behind. You really want to make sure that you're taking into consideration how they feel about each of these stimuluses in each of those areas. So I know it's a lot of information. I just kind of wanted to touch on some of it and let you get the idea of the rest and relaxation technique that I feel is just about the most important part of the training, because they have to be in the proper state of mind to take more information in. If you've got them tense, if you've got them worried, they're not going to properly take in that information and process it. You might get a decent result monetarily, but in the end, it's not going to be retainable when they're not in the proper state of mind. So I like to keep my horses as calm as possible. Yes, the energy does get raised, and sometimes it is very necessary for us as their trainers to come up in the energy, but we have to know that we can get in there and bring them back down and help them relax in any type of situation. Which leads me into reminding you that it's important to start some of these exercises where it's kind of quiet, where you've got one-on-one, not a whole lot of other stimulus going on around you. But you want to start there and work up. You don't want to have to always limit yourself to being in this special place to work with your horse. You want a connection, you want to keep it nice and quiet in the beginning, and then you want to be able to take that absolutely anywhere and work with it and get them back to you, get their attention back to you, get that softness, get that relaxation, and come together and connect when anything is going on around you. So that's another important thing to think about, is keeping it nice and mellow at first and really trying to connect up, and then once you're connected, you should be able to take it anywhere. It's not always going to look the same, and you might have to work at it a little bit, but you should be able to take your relaxation techniques or any other technique that you can do in a nice quiet environment anywhere that you want to go and be successful. So I think that kind of wraps it up on the rest and relaxation. There's a lot of aspects to it, but that's in general kind of what we're looking at. So thank you very much.